Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the course of complex variables and transforms, and this is our lecture number 5. Today we will study the basic complex functions. In the previous 4 lectures we have basically learned the complex numbers, their properties, then we have read the De Moivre's theorem and also the polar form of the complex number. But in today's lecture we'll move further and we'll find out how we can have the function of the complex numbers. So what is the definition of a complex function? In complex analysis, it is concerned with complex function that they are differentiable in some domain. Hence, we should first say that we mean by a complex function and then we define the concepts of the limits and the derivatives in the complex analysis. This discussion will be similar to that is in the calculus. Nevertheless, it needs great attention because it will show the interesting differences between the complex and the real calculus. Just like the real function f defined on a set of real numbers, usually we have an interval, like there is an interval that is starting from 0 to 10 or 0 to 100 or 0 to infinity, that is meant by an interval. So in case of real numbers, a function f on a set of real numbers is a rule that assigns that every value of x in S, which means that every value of x in a set of real numbers is a real number f of x. It is called the value of f at that point x. Now, in the complex analysis or in the complex number system, S is the set of basically complex numbers instead of real numbers. And a function f is defined on S. S is basically the set of complex numbers. So, f is defined on S is a rule that assigns that every z is basically a complex number. So every z in a set of complex number w is called the value of f, value of function at z. We write the function in case of complex number as w. So w is equals to f of z, where f is the function that is in a set of complex numbers and z is a specific complex number. So again, the definition of the complex number or the complex function basically tells us that the complex function, I'll choose highlighter here now, that a complex number w whose function has been given, that would be equals to the function of basically a complex number z that is defined in a set of complex number s. Now here z varies in a set of complex variables. The set S is called basically the domain by the definition of the complex system. So S is called the domain of the function f. In most cases, S will open and connected, thus the domain is defined just before. Now, here is an example. The function w is equals to f of z, that is equal to z square plus 3z. It is basically a complex function defined for all the z. So its domain S is the whole set of the complex plane. Now the two main things in functions are basically the domain and the range. The domain is basically given in the question, and what is range? Range is basically the set of all the values of function of f is called the range of f. Here what is basically the value that we get is basically the range of our function. W is complex and we write the function in the form w is equals to u plus I v or w is equals to u iota v, where u and v are the real and the imaginary parts respectively. Now the function w depends upon the complex number z that is equals to x plus I iota. Hence u becomes the real function of x and y, so does v. So we maybe write it as the function w is equals to f of z that is equals to u x of y order pair plus iota v x y. This shows that the complex function f of z is equivalent to the pair of real functions. What are they? They are basically u x of xy and v xy, where u is basically we have the real part of the function and iota with v is basically the complex part of the function, and they are both basically depending upon x value and y value of the complex number. Here the x value is basically the real part of the complex number and y value is basically the imaginary part of the complex number. Here is an example how to solve the functions of the complex variables. Let w is equals to function is equals to f of z that is equal to z square plus 3z. Find out u and v and calculate function at z is equals to 1 plus 3 iota. Here in this question a function has been given and you have to find out basically its u and v values, real and imaginary part of the function, and then we have to define the function at a specific complex number z is equals to 1 plus 3 iota. This is basically the answer. Now I will show you how you can calculate this specific numerical. Now in this question the function w is equals to f of z that is equals to z square plus 3z. You have to find out u and v and calculate the function at the complex number 1 plus 3 iota. Now by the definition of the complex function, w is equals to z, f of z is equals to u x y plus iota v x of y. Here the real part of the function is u x of y and imaginary part of the function is v x of y. Now we know that a complex number by the definition is in the form x plus iota y. Now we have to basically put that in this equation that is given in the question. So first of all we have to find out z square. So z square would be equals to x plus iota y multiplied by x plus iota y, which is equal to x square minus y square plus 2 iota xy. Here for z square the real part of the complex number is x square minus y square and imaginary part is 2xy. Here the second term in the equation is 3z as given. So we will multiply our z square with we will just plus our z square with 3z. So x square minus y square plus 2 iota xy plus 3x plus 3 iota y. Now we will add the real part with the real and imaginary with the imaginary. So the real part will become x square plus y square plus 3x and imaginary iota 2xy plus 3y. Here the real part of the given function u x of y would be x square minus y square plus 3xy and imaginary part of the function iota v xy that is equals to 2xy plus 3y. Now the values of u and v are solved. Here are u is equal to x square minus y square plus 3x and v is equals to 2xy plus 3y. Now this is the answer for the first part of the given question. Now the second part of the question, the given function f of z is equals to z square plus 3z. Now we have to define this function at the complex number 1 plus 3 iota. So instead of z we will put the value 1 plus 3 iota. Now z square, in place of z square we have 1 plus 3 iota square and plus 3, and in place of z again 1 plus 3 iota. Now after solving these two we will have 1 minus 9 plus 6 iota plus 3 plus 9 iota, which ultimately gives us minus 5 plus 15 iota, which is also a complex number. Now this is the value of a complex function. So we can say that the u is equals to minus 5 of this complex function and v is equals to 15 of this complex function. So this is how you can solve a given complex function. Once again I will tell you how to solve this. First of all, from the given function w, you will see the equation that is given where f of z is defined on z square plus 3z. So by the definition of the complex number, you will have z is equals to x plus iota y. So whatever is given in the equation with z, you will put z x plus iota y. Now the given was z square plus 3z. Now you will have the answer of z square, that is x square minus y square plus 2 iota xy, and here plus 3z, that is equals to 3x plus 3 iota y. Now you will add these two values to get the final answer. So the real part of the function is basically x square minus y square plus 3x, and the imaginary part of the function is basically 2xy plus 3y. Now the given question was, you have to define the function upon a specific value of the complex number, and that value was 1 plus 3 iota. Now in the given equation, in place of z, we will put 1 plus 3 iota. Again we will solve it to find out the answer. Here the answer is minus 5 plus 15 iota. So we can say that the real part of the function is minus 5 and the imaginary part v of the function is equals to 15. So this is basically how you can solve a complex function. Now next example, you have to solve this example by yourself, but I will give you the idea how you can solve this specific question. Now the given function w is equals to f of z, that is equals to 2 iota z plus 6z bar. Now you have to find out in the question u and v, which is basically the real and imaginary part of the function, and you have to define the function at a value of z is equals to 1 over 2 plus 4 iota. First of all, what you will do, here in the function, in place of z, you will put x plus iota y, and here is z bar is basically the complex conjugate of the complex number. So if the complex number is x plus iota y, its complex conjugate would be x minus iota y. So the function f of z, that would be equals to, as given, 2 iota. In place of z, you have x plus iota y plus 6, and iota z, and z bar is equals to x minus iota y. So after solving the equation, the real and the imaginary part of the function would be u is equals to 6x minus 2y, v is equals to 2x minus 6y. So these are basically the real and the imaginary part of the given function. Now the second part was, we have to define the function at the complex number 1 over 2 plus 4 iota. So in the given question, in place of z, we will place 1 over 2 plus 4 iota. So 2 iota, 1 over 2 plus 4 iota plus 6 into 1 over 2 minus 4 iota, and after solving that, we will have the answer minus 5 minus 3, 23 iota. So here minus 5 is basically u, which is the real part of the function, and minus 23 iota is basically v, which is basically the imaginary part of the function. So any value that could be given to you, you can find out the real and imaginary part of the function, and you can define the function at any complex desired number. Now the remarks on the notation and the terminology. Strictly speaking, function f of z denotes the value of f at complex number z, but it is convenient abuse of the language to talk about the function f of z instead of the function f. thereby exhibiting the notation for the independent variable. We assume that all the functions to be the single valued relation as usual. For each z in a set of complex number s, there is corresponds but one value w is equals to f of z. But of course several z may be given in the same value w is equals to f of z, just in the case of real numbers. So it can be defined upon a single value of a complex number, but the values of the function would be several. So accordingly we shall not use the term multi-valued functions, but in some books that term have also been used for the complex numbers. Now these are the questions for the assignment or the home practice. You have to solve this question by yourself, and these questions are related with the complex functions. Here I will give you the hint how you can solve these. In question number 12, the function is equals to f is equals to 3z square minus 6z plus 3 iota. Now first of all we will calculate u and v, which are the real and the imaginary part of the function. So what we will do, in place of z we will put x plus iota y. So the value becomes 3 into x plus iota y square minus 6 into x plus iota y plus 3 iota, and after solving you will have to separate real and the imaginary part. The real part would be u and imaginary part would be z. Then you have to define the function at a complex number z is equals to 2 plus iota. Now you will put the value in the function. So you will have 3 is equals to 2 plus iota square minus 6 into 2 plus iota plus 3 iota. So again you will solve this and you will separate the real and the imaginary part. That will give you u and v. In second question, f is equals to z over z plus 1. Now what we will do here, we will do z is equals to x plus iota y, and in the denominator x plus iota y plus 1. Now in the denominator and numerator both are the complex numbers. So what we will try to do, basically we will try to free the denominator from the complex number. So in this question we will introduce a complex conjugate. We will multiply the z over z square plus 1 with z bar minus 1. So because of that the equation would be solved and the denominator would be free from the iota term. So again we will separate the real and the imaginary part. That would give us the u and v, which are the real and the imaginary function. Then at the end, in place of z we will put 4 minus 5 iota and again solve the function to define the function at this value. Similarly, in question number 14 again we have the same principle, 1 over 1 minus z. So again the denominator is in the iota form. We will free the denominator from the iota form. So what we will do, we will multiply it with the complex conjugate. Similarly in question number 15. So that was all from today's lecture. This lecture wholly was comprised upon the complex functions. So today we have seen that how you can define a complex function, how you can separate the complex functions, real and the imaginary functions, and how you can define a complex function upon a specific complex number. So that was all from my side for the today's lecture. Thank you so much.